Hello everyone. I hope y'all are having a good Friday. It is too flippin' hot here in this state. Why anybody would want to choose to live in Texas is beyond me. If you live in Texas and you love it, which I know most people do, that's great, but I am not one. Oh my gosh. It is so humid. I'm so sick of walking outside and your glasses instantly fog up. You can't see what you're doing to get out of the car. Your glasses fog up because it was like 80 degrees at 7 o'clock this morning with a feel like of 89. Who wants to live in that garbage? My gosh, who wants to live in that garbage? Not I. Someday, if I'm still alive, I won't be living here. Oh, Lord. You know, it's just been a week. As you can tell, I'm kind of cranky today. This weather makes me cranky. It's been so ungodly hot and miserable. And then all week I've had some smell in our apartment. To me, it smells like burnt wood. I can't find anything. I don't know. I have no idea what it is. I thought it was, we had a little end table that the kids had given us, and it had been in their house when their house had burnt. Not where it got damaged, but you never know, the smoke gets into things. And with this horrible humidity, I don't know if the scent is coming out, but I thought that was it because David spilled his soda all over it today, and so he cleaned that up, and I come home and I could smell the cleaner, not the smell. So I thought, okay, that's what it was. And so we moved it out onto the back patio, but I come home and it still stinks. There's something in this apartment. I don't know what it is. I can't pinpoint it. I have felt around, I've looked around, because, I kind of had PTSD because we had a house fire in 2011. And so when something smells off, it makes me a little anxious. But I can't find it. He can't smell it. But other people have come in and smell it right away. So there is some smell here. And I don't know. I can't find it myself, and I guess I'm the only one that's concerned about it. So I guess it is what it is, and I won't worry anymore. But it is annoying. I hate the smell. It like burns my nose. So it's like as a matter of fact, I thought the other day, I'm like, hell, maybe I have a sinus infection. Maybe that's why I've got this sting in my head, and he can't even smell it. So maybe that's what it is, but it's not. There is a smell in here. Don't know where it's coming from. So I don't know, but whatever it is. And that's been a week with customers this week. It's like, oh my gosh, some of them. My last one, they expect you to deliver it to their back porch. I'm like, who asked you to deliver food? I'm not walking around somebody's house to take it there. They did end up, they had like a little side yard, and I went there and cut across their backyard to put it on their back porch. But who does that? Who expects a delivery person to put it on the back porch instead of at the front door? I don't know. People have just had really strange things. I had another lady today that she's wearing a bikini when she comes out, and I'm like, her and her kids are out in the front yard. She's in a bikini. I'm like, maybe it's because I'm an old woman, but it's like, you don't have strangers coming to your house. You don't know. I mean, yeah, it was just an old woman coming to your house this time, but you could have some weird guy coming to bring you your Chick-fil-A next time, or pizza, or whatever it was. I'm like, my gosh, put some clothes on before you have weirdos showing up. It's not always just going to be some old person, so I don't know. It's just been a weird day. And then I went into Chick-fil-A to pick up an order, and they called my order. Like, there was a whole trip. There's all kinds of garbage going on in this town with baseball games and all kinds of crap. But this team was in there, and all day I've been in there twice, and both times there's been different teams into Chick-fil-A. So I said, I'm not going back to Chick-fil-A today. I'll wait until Monday. But I was in there, and I walked in, and she's, of course, there's this group of girls, probably 15 of them, and she's bringing up the food, and she's, okay, Zoe, your order's ready, and a girl went up and got their order, and another girl, she called their name and went up there. Well, then she called the name I was waiting on. She called it, sat it down, and turned and walked away, and I'm like, wait, I'm here. And she just ignored me and walked away. And I'm like, excuse me. And of course, with my voice, I can't yell real loud. And she just never came back. And there's people, none of them, I couldn't get anybody's attention. They're all just doing their thing here and there. And, it takes 5 of them, I guess, to get a drink ready to take to the outside people. I don't know. But it's like, finally, she came back over to hand somebody else their thing. And I'm like, wait. Can I get my order? You already called it, but then you sat it down and walked away before I could even catch your attention. Oh, do you need some? I said, yes, the DoorDash order. I was so mad, and maybe it's stupid to get mad over such things, but it's like you're in there and you're timed. When DoorDash, if you're sitting too long at stoplights, they're like, well, it seems like you're running behind, and I've had them where they just take your order away. Oh, it looks like you're not going to be there in time. They'll assign it to somebody else that's 20 minutes away, even though you're in the parking lot, but you didn't get arrived marked in time. So it's like you're timed. You're timed from the time you take the order to the time you get there and marked arrived. Your time from the time you get there. If you're there too long, even if it's a long line, it'll pop up and say, we see you've been there for quite a time. Do you want to unassign? No, I've stood here for 5 minutes. I want to get the order so I can get paid for it. Because if you unassign, you get nothing. So, it's just been one of those kind of days. So, and of course, then I've dealt with rain and I've dealt with traffic, and it's because it's a lot of people from out of town are here today. And this town, even if you live here, is hard enough to drive in, let alone if you're here from out of town, trying to know 6 miles back, you got to be in the left lane because that's the turn lane for, the exit 3 miles up the road. So you got to be prepared for these things. I don't know. I watched a thing on YouTube yesterday, and it talked about like the Peter roads here and the slingshot and the leapfrog and why they have all these different road things, and which I didn't know they had names for them. I just thought they were stupid people that built the roads here, but apparently it's to improve traffic. But I don't know. I take my good old back roads where there's half a dozen cars any day compared to what we go through here. So yeah, so I've just been cranky. I don't know. It could be the heat, could be the stench in this apartment that I can't pinpoint. I'm like, is it something that I need to notify somebody of? Because we have an empty apartment above us, and I'm like, well, is it something with the issue up there? I think the people still live there, but they're moving out next month, and I haven't seen them there for like 3 weeks, so thinking it's been empty this whole time, and you hear people walk, so I haven't heard anybody in about 3 weeks either, so I'm thinking they're not there. But kind of makes you wonder, is there some kind of electrical issue or something up there? Because we have had issues with the smoke detectors in this apartment since about 2 weeks after we've moved in. We have one so far that has not gone crazy, and it's not like a smoke detector telling you there's fire. It's like the battery's dying, and when you pull them down, they're full of junk from, I guess, when they redid this this building, they put the smoke detectors up for the drywall or something because they're full of drywall dust. The second one, which I don't know what the first one was. I guess I didn't notice if it was, but the one above my desk, when we took it down, my desk was coated in drywall dust in my hand. I'm like, what is this stuff? I realized what it was, but so anyway, now I've come on here and I've vented to all of YouTube world, and I hope your day is going better. It's Friday, so the weekend's coming. So if you're somebody that works Monday through Friday, at least you've got hope. You've got the weekend. I, on the other hand, work 7 days a week, so one day is same as the next day. So, but I don't know. I guess it is what it is, and you just gotta, I guess, roll with it. Nothing you can do about it anyway. So, but well, I guess I don't really have anything else to talk about. I mean, nothing. There hasn't been anything other than DoorDash. I have had a couple good days of DoorDash, and I will say that. Days like I had back when I'm like, oh, I'm making some money. I had a couple of those days. The beginning of the week was absolutely awful. And, well, Sunday and Monday were awful. And then Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday were awful. So actually Monday, Tuesday were awful. And then, which it's hard when you're kind of just waiting for something decent to come in. It's one of those jobs where you just kind of wait. And you feel like you've wasted your whole day when you only get a couple of orders that are even worth taking. It's like, man, I spent 6 or 8 or 10 hours just sitting around waiting for this good order to come in. Because when, your time, so if you get one, you gotta be ready to go. So, but I did make up for it the last 2 days. I've worked my butt off, but at least it paid out decent. And today wasn't bad as far as that goes. I was more back to the garbage orders, like they want you to go 10 miles or 15 miles for one way for like $5, for Starbucks or something. The one I had today was like $2, and they wanted me to go like 6 miles to bring them their Starbucks. And I'm like, your Starbucks is going to be cold, honey, by the time somebody is dumb enough to pick it up and take it to you. Because most of us aren't going to take it to you for $2. Now, any of the new ones that don't know they can decline them are the ones that have this idea that they got to keep that percentage way up here to get the good orders, which I know they say that's how you get the good orders, is the higher your acceptance rate is. The more crap orders you take, eventually they'll throw you a good bone at the top. But I found I get decent ones. Instead of at 80%, I've been 20%, and sometimes I still get good orders. So, not always, but I've also been at 80% and hit $2 orders. So, to me, it just doesn't seem, maybe it's just the market I'm in, but it doesn't really seem to make a difference. But there are people out there that think they got to keep their exception. They got to take whatever comes in. And, you could have 4 $2 orders that take up an hour. And so you basically drove your car around all over town and spent your gas for $8, for a whole hour. So to me, that is not worth it, but it's not worth my time, and my gas. I just can't take it. It just doesn't make sense to me. So, which now that I'm home, I'm getting all congested again from this smell. My gosh, I don't know what this smell is, but it's annoying. So, well, y'all, I think I'm going to go try to find some more. I don't know what it is in this apartment that smells like this, but I did feel better knowing other people, because my husband treats me like, I don't know, like I'm over-exaggerating or something, but other people have walked in today and said, are you cooking pancakes or something? Because it has kind of a sweet, to me it smells like burnt wood, but like a sweeter wood. I don't know. I don't know what the stench is, but, I would feel better, I guess, if I knew it wasn't something that's problematic. I don't want any kind of fire or anything. And I would think, though it's been days now, I would think if it was something that actually was smoldering somewhere, something would have ignited by this point. So I don't think it's anything that we have to worry about that way. I just wish I knew what it was so I could fix it and get rid of it, because I'm like, we didn't have this smell. And I don't know, maybe it's the humidity, because if you have things, when we had our house fire, there were certain things you couldn't keep because anything plastic for one thing, the pores open up in the heat and they trap that soot and that smoke in there. And we were told, because back then I was a Tupperware lady and had cupboards full of Tupperware, my wonderful Tupperware, which also are plastic. So we were told none of it was salvageable because of the fact the heat expanded the pores, the smoke and the soot went in, and if it's not humid or whatever, you might be able to get away with it, but on a humid day, those pores will open up again, and that smell will come out. So that's why I don't know, because we have 3 pieces of furniture I know of, 3 like wooden, we have like a kid's table, and we have like a TV stand hutch type thing, and then we have this little end table. And I think that's it that had been in their fire. And we ended up inheriting them from them. I don't know if that's the right term, but they gave them to us because after their fire, they ended up buying new stuff, and they said, if you want this, you can have it. And they were nice pieces of furniture, so we did take them. And especially since we'd moved to Texas and didn't have diddly squat, so because we got rid of everything before we moved here. So when we got our apartment, yeah, we took them, and we've never had an issue, never smelled anything. And even if I put my nose up to them, I don't smell it. So I don't know for sure that's what it is. Like I said, I thought it was, because the end table is right next to where I sit on the couch, and I'm like, it's really strong here. I have smelled the plugs, I have felt the plugs, smelled it. I don't know. I do not know. Everything seems to be working fine. I don't know where the smell is coming from. I can't pinpoint it. So, I don't know. But I'm going to go try to see if I can figure it out, because my nose is getting all stuffed up again. And I just think, how poor Izzy, she's probably, her nose is really sensitive, so who knows what she smells. But I hope everybody has a great week, and if I don't talk to you this weekend, hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit better weather. I mean, it's not storming now. I did run into rain out dashing, and then when I pulled up the radar, because it was getting pretty dark and the clouds were looking kind of sketchy, I thought, well, let's see what the radar says. Looked like a thunderstorm was going to come rolling through. Dave said he did hear thunder before I got home, and now I don't know, it's getting bright again. So I don't know, I may go back out for a little bit. I may not. I don't know. Sometimes Friday in this city, any city, is busy. I don't know how y'all do it. If you live in a city, I don't know how y'all do it. We're putting up with all these people and craziness. Guess I'm just meant to be a country girl that stays. I'm not saying a small city wouldn't be bad, but oh my Lord, we have like, I think 200,000 people between our 2 cities here. That's just about 150 or more too many for me. So then you add this heat in, makes it even more unbearable. But for the time being, it's home. So, but I will talk to you again real soon here on the next one, and I'll try not to be as cranky. Bye, everyone.